Good morning, students. Welcome to class 12 biology class. Unit 2, genetics and evolutions. Chapter 6, molecular basis of genetics. Today's topic is replication of DNA. DNA have ability to replicate, means it has ability to make its carbon copies. DNA is a magical molecules. It has capacity of self-replication. That is why DNA of a zygote goes to every cell of body of an organism. Delbert supposed that there may be 3 possible mechanisms of DNA replications. These are conservative, replication of DNA molecules. In this mechanism, parent DNA is conserved and a totally new daughter molecule is formed. Semi-conservative, replication of DNA. According to this mechanism, one strand of each of 2 DNA molecules is new and another strand is older ones. Means double helical DNA molecules uncoiled and one of the strands remain parental strands, whereas other strands is resynthesized, forming 2 new DNA molecules. And third is dispersive mechanism or dispersive method, or dispersive replication of DNA molecules. Most of scientists are of the view that semi-conservative replication of DNA is exact method of DNA replications, which is widely accepted method of DNA replications. Mechanism of semi-conservative replication. Mechanism of semi-conservative replication of DNA molecule. Watson and Crick postulated that DNA replication in all the organisms is always semi-conservative. According to them, during the replication of DNA, the weak hydrogen bond between the nitrogenous bases, as you have read already, that adenine is combined with thymine by double hydrogen bond and cytosine with guanine by triple hydrogen bonds. These hydrogen bonds are weak, therefore they can break and nitrogenous bases, and the double helical of DNA molecules become uncoiled. Bearing of the nucleotide gets separated so that 2 polynucleotide chain of DNA also separate and uncoiled. The chain thus separated are complementary to one another. These strands or chain act as template or platform, and because of specificity of base pairing, each molecule of separated chain attracts its complementary molecules from the cell cytoplasm, like the A or adenine attract to thymine, guanine attract to cytosine. As you have read, according to Watson and Crick, DNA is a double helical strands. So these strands starts uncoiling, having one set of nucleotides and other sets formed from bottom towards. As much as complementary chain is formed, uncoiling proceeds, and finally whole DNA molecule uncoil, forming the 2 DNA helicals. So once the nucleotides are attached by their hydrogen bonds. Their sugar radicals unite through their phosphate components, completing the formation of a new polynucleotide chain. This results in the formation of two double helical of DNA, wherein each molecule has one old strand and other new strands. This method of DNA replication is known as semi-conservative methods. Means here one is the older strands and only one strand is newly synthesized. Some of the enzymes are required for DNA replications. Enzymes for DNA replication process of DNA replication involves the participation of over a dozen enzymes and other protein factors. Some important ones are the DNA helicase, or unbinding of two strands, DNA gyrase, or relieving tensions, for example DNA topoisomerase, primase for formation of primer, DNA polymerase for DNA synthesis, DNA primer for initiation of synthesis of DNA segments, and DNA ligase for the joining of DNA segments or forming the helical structure of DNA. Mechanism of DNA replications. Process of DNA replication is a complex process. Mechanism of semi-conservative replication of DNA can be studied under following heads. First is origin of replication and primary requirement. Origin of replication and primary requirement. Process of replication of DNA begin at a specific point called initiation point or origin point, where replication first begins. In bacteria and virus, there is only one origin point of replications known as replicon, whereas in eukaryotic cells there are many origin points or many replicons of replication, and these can eventually merge with each other. Once the replication is under progress, the replication of DNA is possible only when the two strands are separated at least in short segment, so that DNA replication enzyme can synthesize complementary nucleotide on the two arms. The unbinding of the two strands is brought about by enzyme helicase. DNA molecule is a helical structure which starts unbinding from 1 points, and they are complementary chains according to base pair. Suppose here is A, it will be T, C, G. In this way, it sends a new strands, one here and one here also. Breaking up strands, thus relieving its tension, done by DNA topoisomerase. In prokaryote, this group of enzyme is called DNA gyrase, or producing a new strand of DNA. And initial short chain referred to as primer, which is also formed on template, is must, because it is quite easy to add to an already existing short chain, the primer. The enzyme which polymerize the DNA building blocks ATGC, means 4 nitrogenous bases, into primer is called primerase. Second step is synthesis of new DNA strand. Synthesis of new DNA strands. DNA polymerase play an important role in adding the building blocks to the primer in a sequence as influenced by the template. Replication of DNA is not continuous. It takes place by semi-conservative methods, means as much as complementary chain is formed, uncoiling proceeds. The parent DNA unbind sequentially in local area. Any in one strand of the helix provide 2 free ends in one strand and a C-well in the other to absorb the twist that occur in the unbinding process. When the double-stranded DNA gets unbound up to a point, it will represent as bi-shaped replication fork. This unbinding exposes the internal bases for replications. The enzyme DNA polymerase, discovered by Kornberg in 1957, now start adding the nucleotide complementary to the DNA template in the directions 5 into 3 end. Since the two strands run in anti-parallel manner, the synthesis of new strands will be in opposite directions. Instead 5, 3, so then it starts from 3 to 5. As the synthesis of new strand progresses, the point of divergence of fork will be seen moving further due to unbinding of strands of parental DNA. Second strand is formed on 5-3 strands of parental DNA in a continuous stretch in reverse direction 3 to 5. As it is the 5-3, it starts from 3 into 5 ends. 5 and 3 ends, already you know that the phosphate group add with sugar molecule by its 5th carbon atom and 3rd carbon atom. The second strand is formed on 5-3 strand of parental DNA in a continuous stretch in reverse direction 3-5 end and is called the leading strands. However, on the second parental DNA template, the new complementary DNA strands are formed in smaller fragments starting from the RNA primer. These short fragments are called Okazaki fragments after the name of scientist who discovered them. Since these fragments are joined later to form the complete strand, it is called the leading strands. The enzyme which joins the Okazaki fragment with the help of RNA primer to form the leading strand is called polynucleotide ligase or the joining enzymes. Third step is proofreading and repair mechanism. Proofreading and repair mechanism. The base pairing of DNA is highly specific. Means adenine always pair with thymine and cytosine always pair with guanine. However, if wrong base is introduced, it is a rare incidence, generally at frequency of 1 by 10 to power 4 nucleotides. The bacterial DNA polymerase third can do proofreading in the sense that it can go back and remove the wrong base before it proceeds to add new bases in 5'3" directions. In eukaryotes also, DNA polymerase has this property of proofreading. However, if by mistake escape is the proofreading property of DNA polymerase, it may be corrected by the activity of the enzyme ligase, which for this property is also known as repair enzyme. If a mistake in base pairing still persists, it is expected as mutation either in the same generation or in subsequent generations. Difference between leading and laging strands. You have read one uncoiled strands of DNA in which complementary strand formation takes place from 3 to 5 directions is called leading strands, and other in which it runs from 5 to 3 directions is a laging strand. In 3-5 directions, DNA primase or primer enzymes help in the aiding of base pairing or aiding of nucleotides, but in laging strands, RNA primase help in the formation of new or complementary chains. Leading strands, formation of leading strands take place in 5'3" directions. In laging strands, formation of laging strands form of Okazaki fragment take place in 5'3" direction. Synthesis of leading strands is continuous, but laging strands take place in the form of Okazaki fragments. Means some base pairs join along with at a interval. In leading strands, only one type of RNA primer is required for its formation, but in laging strands, each fragment requires separate RNA primer for its formation. Denaturation and renaturation. Separation of two strands of DNA molecules on heating is called denaturation or melting. Since the two strands of DNA molecules are held together by weak hydrogen bonds, these get separated even when DNA is heated up to 100 degrees centigrade. If this denatured RNA is cooled down slowly, both the separated strands reunite to form the double helix molecule of DNA, which is known as annealing or renaturation. It means the separation of two strands of DNA molecules on heating is denaturation, and coiling of two strands of DNA molecule on cooling is called renaturation. This ability of denaturation and renaturation of DNA molecule is used in obtaining the hybrid molecules from different DNA or with RNA. DNA repair or proofreading. The double helix structure of DNA is the most stable structure. It is most suited for the long-term preservation of the coded information. It is because the base sequence in the two polynucleotide chain is complementary. That is, the coded information in a DNA molecule is preserved in duplicates or in two copies. If anyhow the sequence of bases in one chain is disturbed, the correct sequence of other chain may help in correcting the error that occur in the complementary strands and send the correct message. Functions of DNA. DNA is the genetic material which carries genetic information coded on its nitrogenous bases and transfer it from parent to their offsprings. DNA has the property of duplications to produce exactly similar copies which are essential for the transmission of genetic information from one cell to its daughter or from one generation to the next generation. It gives us and the messenger RNA through transcription. This messenger RNA is very essential for the synthesis of protein, enzyme and other biochemicals. Crossing over in genetic material produce recombinations. It should be able to regulate various metabolic activities of the cells by offering a mechanism of coding and decoding of the message. Change in the sequence of nucleotide of genetic material result in mutation, which is essential for variation and formation of new species. So as you have read, semi-conservative method of DNA replication is most accepted method of DNA replications. There are some evidences in favor of semi-conservative method. Evidences in support of semi-conservative replication. Michelson and Stahl experiment. Michelson and Stahl's experiment support for the Watson and Crick explanation of semi-conservative replication of DNA came from a series of experiments by M.S. Michelson and F.W. Stahl in 1958. They grew bacteria Escherichia coli, E. coli, which is found in colon part of large intestine of human beings as a symbiotic bacteria for many generations in a simple medium in which the only nitrogen source was ammonium chloride NH4Cl. Which contain the heavy isotope of nitrogen N15. During the process of replications, DNA of bacteria became labeled with heavy nitrogen and became heavier than normal DNA. These bacterial cells were then transferred to a medium containing ammonium chloride having ordinary nitrogen, non-isotopic or nitrogen 14. At intervals, cells were removed from the culture and DNA was extracted from them. The sensitivity of the individual's molecule in each sample was then examined by a method of equilibrium density gradient centrifugation to determine the relative content of N15 and N14, means normal nitrogen and isotopic nitrogen. So when DNA was isolated after the first generation, it shows the presence of isotopic nitrogen, nitrogen 15 in one of the two strands and normal nitrogen in second strand. If the DNA is isolated after the two generation of E. coli on normal nitrogen, nitrogen 15 medium, it has two type of fraction out of two DNA strands. One was 15N and other 14N. Means after the complete formation of two strands, it is observed one of the strands have isotopic nitrogen and other strands have the normal nitrogen. If the bacterial DNA was analyzed after third generation, the amount of hybrid DNA, that is one strand with isotopic nitrogen and second with normal nitrogen, become constant, and the amount of non-isotopic DNA with both of strands labeled with normal nitrogen, nitrogen 14 increased. A critical examination reveals that these results could be explained only if DNA replication was semi-conservative, means one of the strands remained parental and one is newly synthesized. Other experiments is Taylor's experiment. J.S. Taylor in 1957 also proved the semi-conservative replication of DNA at chromosome level by using the root tip of broad bean, Bissia faba, tritiated thymidine and colchicine. Colchicine is a mitotic poison. He allowed the root tip to grow in tritiated thymidine medium so that the chromosome of the actively dividing cells get labeled with tritiated thymidine. He then allowed the same root to grow in non-tritiated medium after colchicine treatment. Colchicine is a drug. When added to the culture medium, it prevents cell division, but it does not impair chromosome duplication. And tested the chromosome for radioactive labeling. He found that the chromosomes which were the product of one colchicine treatment showed uniform labeling in both the member of each doublet. Its root tips were allowed to receive two colchicine treatment. Each chromosome represented 4 chromatids lying side by side, of which only 2 were labeled. If the process was repeated, the number of radioisotopic chromatids in each group of chromosomes remained constant, that is 2, and the number of non-isotopic strands increased. This result was possible only if the DNA of chromosome replicate by semi-conservative methods. Ribonucleic acid, RNA. Nucleic acid with ribose sugar is called ribonucleic acids. It is found in nucleolus and cytoplasm. Inside the cytoplasm, it occurs freely as well as in the ribosomes. RNA acts as genetic material in some plant viruses. it helps in protein synthesis. Chemical composition of RNA. Like DNA, RNA is also made up of nitrogenous bases, pentose sugar which is ribose type, and phosphoric acid. It contains pyrimidine base uracil in place of thymine, and its sugar is ribose type. All other things are same as found in DNA. So RNA is mainly composed of ribonucleotides. Like DNA, it is also composed of 4 types of ribonucleotides. RNA is normally single-stranded. At some places, it becomes folded to form double-stranded structures. Each ribonucleotide of RNA is composed of a nitrogenous base, a ribose sugar, and a phosphoric acid. So nitrogenous bases of RNA is purines, adenine, and guanines, but pyrimidines, cytosine, and uracil. In place of thymine of DNA, uracil base is found in RNA. Sugar, ribose sugar, which is a pentose sugar, means 5 carbon sugars, and phosphoric acid. Base pairing in RNA, adenine pair with uracil and guanine pair with cytosine. Nucleosides and nucleotides of RNA are like DNA. In DNA, it was deoxyriboadenosines. In RNA, riboadenosines, riboguanosines, ribocytidines, ribouridines. Means adenine plus ribose sugar, guanine plus ribose sugar, cytosine plus ribose sugars, and uracil plus ribose sugars. Its nucleotides are riboadenylic acids, adenine plus ribose sugars plus phosphoric acid. Riboguanidylic acids, guanine plus ribose sugar plus phosphoric acid. Ribocytidylic acid, cytosine plus ribose sugar plus phosphoric acid. And ribouridylic acids, uracil plus ribose sugar plus phosphoric acid. Types of RNA. There are 3 types of RNA in eukaryotic cells. These are messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. These are the types of genetic RNA. So previously the RNA is divided into 2 categories: genetic RNA and non-genetic RNA. Genetic RNA which act as genetic material which is found in some plant viruses and retroviruses. Most plant viruses contain RNA as genetic material, for which it is called as genetic RNA. Such genetic RNA contain genetic informations which are normally found in DNA in higher organisms. RNA found in these viruses could be single-stranded, as in TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, or double-stranded, as in reoviruses. When it is double-stranded, it generally follows the same rule of base pairing as in case of DNA. And non-genetic RNA in higher organism, RNA is present in sufficient quantity but does not serve as a genetic material, due to which it is called non-genetic RNA. It helps in the synthesis of proteins. Non-genetic RNA are formed in the DNA template. In eukaryotes, three types of non-genetic RNA is found. Messenger RNA, which brings the message coded in DNA molecules. Ribosomal RNA, found attached with ribosomes, and transfer RNA, found in the cytoplasm, help in the transfer of amino acids from cytoplasm to the ribosomes during protein synthesis.